Hi, my name is Abby Huck, and I teach third grade at Sunrise R-9. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the project that we did from Defined Learning this fall. So this summer, I knew that we were looking to modify how we taught science in third grade at Sunrise. We wanted to use our amazing outdoor classroom more often. And we were looking for a way to transition to virtual learning opposed to using a textbook and worksheets. So as I was looking through the defined learning projects, when I came across the Nature Center Educator, I thought this is perfect for what we need to do for one of our science units. I chose two products from that project, the Animal Adaptations Flyer and the Nature Center poster. We started this project by introducing our students to the concept that they were going to be Nature Center educators by creating a project that would be displayed in our school to teach other students about animal adaptations and traits of animals that live in Missouri. So to get them excited, we took a visit to our outdoor classroom and we just spent the hour observing and seeing all the things that we could find in this outdoor classroom. Throughout this process, we visited our outdoor classroom many times, and we created a documentation panel in our hallway to record these observations. So when we went to create our products, we had this information that the students could refer to. They could see images of themselves. They could see observations that they had made at that time to reference for their research. To explore the background, we spent several weeks learning about traits, habitats, and animal adaptations, the basic science concepts behind what they would need to know to create these projects. And we brainstormed a list of questions that kids might have about animal adaptations. We used the guiding questions from defined learning to assess students' prior knowledge so we knew which direction our instruction needed to take. So the guiding questions for this project were, what are animal adaptations and how can animals adapt to their environment? As we went through the process and learned about the different concepts, we used the research questions. How are animals affected by their habitats? What traits have animals adapted to survive? And reading through those answers, we used that as a formative assessment so we knew which students needed more support in this project. We asked the students to pick 4 questions from our list or create a new question, but they had to have 4 questions that they would write answers to. We researched the answers to those questions by using the videos and the activities on the Defined Learning site. We used a Google Slides presentation and we used lots of YouTube videos. So when we first started our research, we were in-person learning. Just as we started to create our products, we transitioned to online learning. So we had to ensure that any of the instruction that we provided and any of the research materials that we had were something that the students could access virtually. So to create their product, the students were given a template in Google Slides, and they had to not only write their questions and a substantial answer that thoroughly explained that question, but they also had to make it be a fun and exciting flyer that a kid would want to pick up and read. So this was a big learning curve, not only for the kids, but for us. because towards the end of the product, they were so wrapped up in creating the Google Slides aspect of it that they started to lose the focus of the concepts of animal adaptations and what those are. So if I were to do this again, I would have an activity on Google Slides that the kids did before they went to create their final project. Just something that walked them through the different skills that they would need to use in Google Slides. We had a lot of, my text box disappeared. I deleted everything on my screen. We very quickly learned the magic of the undo button and getting everything to come back. Having said that, they created really great products. We were really proud of what they came up with. Here are a few of the examples. So you can see that they had a variety of questions. Um, we also taught them how to change the background, how to change the color of a text box, how to change the font style, the font size, bold, underline. We talked about fonts being easy to read. And once we worked through that, they were able to create really great projects. While we were in the middle of this part of the project, we transitioned to online learning. So most of this was finished up while they were learning at home. Um, and they still did a fantastic job. As soon as we returned to school, we started in with our Nature Center poster. And for this project, we wanted the students to create a poster about two animals that live in Missouri in different types of ecosystems and tell what adaptations they have that help them survive in that ecosystem. So, to start this project, we set up a game camera in our outdoor classroom to see what kinds of animals we have. So, another thing that I learned as we were doing this is to build in extra time. I didn't do that with the first project, and I should have learned my lesson better for this one. Because the first day that I pulled the game camera pictures, of course, I was excited. I brought them back to show the kids, anticipating 2 or 3 minutes of looking at these pictures and then moving right along. But they were so excited to see what we had captured on screen. What do those numbers mean at the bottom? Why are those pictures in color and the other ones in black and white? Why is the picture of the coyote blurry? That we ended up spending almost an entire day just talking about the creatures that we saw in our outdoor classroom. And that was very valuable learning. I just should have planned more time in my schedule for us to be able to talk about it and for them to really be able to explore it and learn from it. We also spent another day visiting our outdoor classroom and we made habitat maps. And from here, we brainstormed all the different animals that might live in those habitats in the state of Missouri. So they were limited in the animals that they could choose. On this same day, we asked the students to choose two animals that they wanted to research more about. For our research, we used the Wildcrats Creaturepedia. We used books on Epic. We used YouTube videos. And if students were struggling with any of the basic concepts of animal adaptations, body structure, those types of things, we referred them to the Define Learning site to the videos and activities on there. So I did learn my lesson. For this product, I created a graphic organizer that the students had to do before creating their final product. So not only was this a place for them to organize their ideas and their facts about their animals, but it also gave them the opportunity to practice those Google Slide skills that I knew they were going to need for this project. So they had to learn how to insert a text box, change their font again and font size, move, resize text boxes. They had to learn how to insert an image, resize that image, move the image around, those types of skills. So we did this, and I built in a couple of days so that we had time to thoroughly do this part. We also spent time learning how to research, how to read through materials or watch videos and pull the most important things about it. We knew that we were focusing in on the traits and the adaptations that they had. And so we talked about how when we read a book about a white-tailed deer, we're looking for those bits of information that only pertain to this project. So knowing that I needed to take some time to teach those skills along the way made this product go so much more smoothly than the adaptations flyer did. So for this product, the students started with a blank Google slide. They were asked to create headings and information boxes, and to be sure to include an image of both animals. And these are a few examples that they created. Um, it was so fun to watch them do this project because they were so intrigued and they couldn't wait to share the information that they were learning with their fellow students. We printed these out and have them displayed at school, and they're just so proud of what they created, that other students are seeing it, and that they are, in essence, the teachers. After we created both products, um, we spent a part of one day doing the final reflection. And this was really valuable information for me, just knowing what they took away from it, what they thought they could improve. I added a few questions, not on the Defined Learning site, just on our whiteboard that I asked them to message me in Google Classroom. Things like, what would you have done differently if you were teaching this? What piece of information did you learn from another student's flyer that you found most interesting? And would you like to do projects like this again? To which every single student said yes. They thought it was so much fun. One of the things that was most exciting for me about all of this was uh, not only what the students took away and the valuable learning that they had from it, but they were so excited and they were so motivated to work that my co-teacher has created a similar project for us to do in social studies, um, to work on those research skills, to create a poster. And the kids have just been so enthusiastic about all of it. So I would say that this not only helped us achieve our goal of using our outdoor classroom more and be able to transition to virtual learning, but it has given us learning in real life, applying these concepts and making learning real and exciting for our students. Thank you so much.